What is popping, everybody? Talk some ball with Pick the Odds. So welcome everybody in. Really appreciate it. Let's get started in just a second. I went to the Yankee game yesterday. Fortunately, was able to get some seats in a suite, and it was actually a really good time. Obviously, a terrible game to be at with the Orioles not scoring much, Yankees putting the beat on them early, but it was nice to be at the ballpark for honestly like a long time in a game like that, considering how baseball games these days, if they're going by quickly, they can be over in like 2 hours, and you wouldn't even get to take advantage of all the stuff that they had to offer. So also a crazy hot day, and having that shade and everything right there was nice. But stuff about B-Boys. We got a full MLB slate today. We have NBA Finals Game 7. We're using Pick the Odds. Shout out to Pick the Odds, one of the best tools for pregame live arbitrage, positive expected value, real-time odds. So many great features. And right now, we are going to try to find some EV. So I'll actually go back to the odds screen quickly to show you like what I have bet to see if you guys want to come in. And this is what I found with Pick the earlier today. I got the White Sox plus 1.5. That's starting pretty soon. So, White Sox plus 1.5. Actually, no, I looking like I got a bad number here. Oh, this is the total. Where am I looking? I was like, I'm looking at 8.5. That's not me. Spread, of course. I got White Sox. Wrong game. White Sox plus 1.5 minus 110. I want to see if it's still there. But let's find some good positive expected value plays. Let's try to find some free money on some ARBs. Chicago White Sox plus 1.5, minus 115 at PointsBet. Some minus 120s. So it looks like I did actually get a pretty good number here. Hopefully that pops up live, and we can sweat that. We can sweat that together. And all right, we got Yankees, Orioles, Tigers, Rays. All right, the nice Sunday baseball, of course. There's pretty good weather, generally speaking, in the country. Now this one's going to be a fun one. Maybe we could find some home run bets there. D-backs, Rockies, of course, have been an absolute slugfest. Other things that I have in right now, I have White Sox plus 1.5, minus 110. I have Phillies, Mets under 9. That's at minus 115. I got that. Of course, that's a Sunday night game, so plenty of time if that is a good price. Market average minus 131, so maybe worth monitoring to get at a live where I found some pregame EV. And we have one more in the Arizona Diamondbacks first 5 team total over 4.5, so over 3.5, so 4+. This is what's great about Pick the Odds, and I'm not just trying to say this to flex. Like obviously, I want you guys to tail with me and get a good price if possible, so we can sweat together. But like they have every single market on their live odds screen. They also have like alternate markets that even if it's only showing on like a couple of books. So team total points here. First 5, where would it be? Total, team total points. I clicked all doubles. That's on me. There we go. And we'll get to the first 5 innings. Every single market that you're looking at that you want to see. First 5 innings here. The D-backs team total points. A little bit laggy here. My bad, fam. Look at a refresh going. Also, just because I don't know where to find the market on a different price doesn't mean I can't make it easy to bet on it. So, once I saw that pop up on the plus EV screen, click a quick button and got it in there. But let's do a little run it back. Let's go back to the positive EV screen. Let's get started today. For all of you guys, if you are new on these streams, Pick the Odds is amazing because you can customize your entire positive expected value calculations. I'll run through that at like in a little bit. Of course, we have some games starting, so I want to try to get some values with WNBA. I'm minus 160. I'm going to pause for content, but I have a bunch of books going. I have my own EV calculations here. I have the width that I want. I have my bankroll set to $50 flat stake. I see over here the ROI percentage. You can take a look at the markets here and see what the average is. Not just relaying to your width that you set for your devigging, but also just to see what else is out there as well. That looks pretty good on a first half line. Let's keep going. This is on pause, so things might be moving now, but that's just so we can see what's going on. Tigers, Rays. Shout out to the Rays. You guys are new. Also, I am a Rays fan this year because I'm on their win total over. I'm on them to make the playoffs, win the AL East, etc. So every Rays game is a sweat. But first half spread. I mean, for this NBA Finals game 7, obviously this is going to be one of the most efficient games of the entire year. Final game. So much to talk about for this one because I truly thought that there was no way the Pacers were going to win that game. Obviously, once it started and the way they started playing, I didn't think that they weren't going to be able to pull it out or anything like that. But pre-game, pre-flop, pre any information, I did not think that the Pacers really had a fighting chance. But that's why I'm public. Not like I bet that or anything, so that's good. Interesting market here. Totals, hits, runs, errors on Caesars, but it is weighted to Bookmaker and Pinnacle on this. Minus 113 average, 2.4%. That's interesting, honestly. From just like a game perspective, just like an MLB perspective, I definitely get it. Jack Leiter really isn't so special yet, though. He does have some good stuff. I think he can be overall a good pitcher. Billy Falter can get hard, but we also know Texas can go as cold as possible. Runs might not be hard to come by. I'm not sure. This WNBA right here, weighted to Penny, Sport Trade, FanDuel, even odds on a point over. This is probably worth playing. When you click that link, it brings you right to the book of choice. This one's MGM has the best odds. Me and MGM don't have the best relationship, but if I can get down on something there, I think that's a good bet. I know it's a good bet based on my widths. Obviously, if this loses, but this is something that I'm absolutely looking at to play. So I'm gonna get what I can get down on MGM here. It's probably not going to be much, unfortunately, but that's definitely worth it. Like 3.3% EV. Obviously, again, this is just my EV calc, so I could be, off on my market assumption, but I think this is worthwhile. I have set it for simplicity's sake, the $50 flat betting to win $50 always, showing me a 3.3% edge with the market average being 121. I have my books that I'm weighing a little bit more heavily. So definitely something that I think makes sense here. That's definitely something worth it, I think. Let's keep going. It's still there, so that's always nice if anybody wants to get in that. Some tennis. First half spread plus 104. If you ever bet Rivers. Andy Pajes, total bases if you ever bet Rivers. He's been hitting pretty well lately. Dodge a little run line action here. Caesars plus 115, market average plus 105. Let's see if this has gotten hit. Great feature. Just looking at again the chart of this game line. So this is the Nationals plus 1.5, looking like an open. That's ESPN. A penny, like the plus 130 range. So that has gotten steamed. Absolutely. Now it's sitting plus 106. Just from a game perspective, I'm not shocked. Obviously, Ohtani making the second start. Ohtani can be as good as anybody when Ohtani is pitching and healthy, but it's hard to expect that. Also hard to expect him to go deep in this game. Soroka's been all right. I mean, I think the Nationals are more than live on the money lines here. So plus 115, showing expected value to Penny, Circa, and Bookmaker that I have for game lines. I think that's a good look. Even with all the steam that's been hit, this bet has clearly been hit. But Caesars hasn't opened that at penny. It was hit. All right, maybe it's a Nationals Day today. Sundays always, I feel like it's very common for people to be like it's a dog day, or a lot of teams are like maybe big favorites or are not ones pulling it through. Seattle -1.5. So this is interesting. I actually looked at this, like not even from like an expected value perspective, just like from a baseball prior, but like seeing this, like +122 at penny. I think this is actually probably worth it too. I know obviously expected value should be getting down on things anyway. I mean, I'm talking about a cooked MGM account right here, unfortunately. So, um, I would play this 47-minute start +130, 1.5% EV weight to circuit bookmaker. It's like talking about a game line. Like, this is all you're gonna get realistically, right? So, I think 115 at Circle, 121 at Novig, which I think is also like worth noting with pretty good liquidity relatively, I guess. I think this is also actually probably worth it as well. A Seattle run line -1.5 on the road in Chicago. 1.5% expected value. Let's get a refresh going up here because we've been paused for a while, so a lot of things are probably moving. But nice to see that those two at MGM are still there. And if you guys want to take advantage of MGM and not get limited, I would absolutely recommend trying to do something like that, like a favorites parlay or a home run parlay too, with some legs that maybe we can find some expected value here. But I accidentally clicked Savant. Whoops. I accidentally clicked on Baseball Savant because I was looking at games earlier. Quick tap switch. All right, back to plus EV. We got some games kicking off very shortly. First pitch very shortly. So with this bad boy, the White Sox was 1.5 locked in, so we got a lot to watch there. This game has some time here. The wind in Chicago has been absolutely nutty, and I think I saw a picture today on Twitter that it was expected to be pretty similar in that sense. I mean, I wasn't shocked to see those two games fly over, considering how like these teams are built, and then also you obviously added the wind factor and everything that comes with that. But I don't know if I'm in the right spot to be taking an under in Wrigley, even though I do think this game profiles the most, and this is the Chicago team total 6.5 and it's -170. So 2.6% expected value. I mean, at that point, it's definitely worth looking at. The average -130. This is showing 5.5 here, but this is 6.5. This is an alt, but what's going on there? Yeah, here we go. 6.5 -170. Market average -213. Not worth making sense. That's a good bet as well at ESPN. Absolutely probably worth taking if you can get there and have access. Hard Rock -250, only 9%. First inning under 1.5. Oakland. Always keep saying Oakland and Sacramento, Cleveland. That's interesting. All right, we got some games starting. Let's see what we got going on live here. Are we delayed? Or 1 minute? No, 1 minute. We got live games. Or is that game delayed? This game is delayed. Okay. I don't want first 5 innings. I want the full game. Here we go. See what's going on in Tampa. Littell. I was watching this game before. The Littell's pitching really well, and so is Mize. Mize looks like really good. I still think there's definitely going to be a good point to get in on the Rays here. I mean, now it's bottom first, runner on first, so bottom 6, excuse me. So maybe might be too late there, but I definitely, from what I was watching before, absolutely think that the Rays were set to take. Not like I wouldn't say like put up like massive runs and straight up just like take command of this game, but I think that they were clearly looking like the superior team. There's definitely some bias in there, but no, I think I'm looking for a good price to get in on Tampa. But that boat unfortunately might have left the dock. Yankees O's. So I was looking at pick the odds like early this morning, like because I went to this game yesterday. Of course, had the suite, so I was getting a little boozy. So was just looking around PTO this morning, and once this game started, and they scored 2 in the first, 1 in the bottom of the second, and there was like an under that was like looked so good on the EV, but I just didn't even get a chance to lock it on in it. And now I'm sitting here. Of course, it's hindsight, but should just be trusting the expected value when I see it, because obviously you could still lose and whatnot. It's just one bet, but that looked like it was a good one. And now we got to find some more. Pacers, Thunder, Wings, Mystic. Wings minus 160. Okay. So they like under first. This is the team total. Total points for the first inning under 1.5. It's only minus 150. Bet for 65. Do you have that? All right. I want to try to find some home runs here. Another way you can use PTO if you're not seeing like home run props that you want to see, but you still want to top down bet, you can check out the averages on the live odds screen. So of course we're in MLB already. We want to get to player props. All right, so I'm excited for these games. Once these other games start, it's going to be. Oh, this is delayed also. No, it's just got to start soon. Yeah, 1:37. It's just Sunday. Probably taking their sweet time. Elder Sandy, Quinn Priester, Danny Colombe. So a little bit of a bullpen game out of the Twins. Abbott Michaelis. See, this at 9.5. Like, I really wanted to. It's just hard. I want to go back to the money line for this, because I was looking at the board this morning and like I wanted to see what I want to lock in, like outside of of course, some like expected value plays, just from like a baseball like matchup perspective. Like the Reds, as I've talked about before, like, oh, this has moved. Interesting. I want to look at the line history here, because I was looking at it again this morning, and yeah, this moved. I was like the Reds, like they were favored, and I get it. Abbott's been like really good. Michaelis has actually been like pretty solid. The Cardinals, first of all, yeah, I guess it hasn't moved as much as I thought. Actually, no, it did. That's no big. Let's look at the price history. Yeah, it went up and it went back down. So it started off again at like minus 107, got up to minus 113, but then now it's coming down to like minus 110. So I think it's just such a close game. Like I think it like the pricing here makes like too much sense. Fought Sensatella, yeah. I think this game just keeps up that trend of just being straight overs. Let's go into this one though again, because I was looking at the total, felt like it could be like an over game, and like let's find some alts like I got distracted from my home run mission, but we'll get back there. Some value on this alts total 2.47% with the market average being minus 57. All right, let's find some home runs. Then we'll check in on, okay, this game just started. We're on the White Sox here, first half. Not first half, so plus 1.5 run line. So we gotta go for the White Sox there. Player props. All right, let's go to the whole board here. Not game by game. We'll go back to the odds screen itself. We will pull up player prop, and we're gonna look for home runs. All right, so this is live. Aaron Judge, 9-1. Market average 715 on a live home run there. So let's hit this out for this. This is live. I want to see some pregame. All right, let's go White Sox. The first man out. Let's get a little bit of a lead out for the boys, so we can lock that in sooner than later, hopefully. The Kevin Durant trade officially official. All right. I'm looking at this comment. I'm thinking about this deal, like based on what was moved for Jalen Green. A quick digression here. I think it's actually a good move for the Rockets. I mean, I know Jalen Green was the leading scorer, and KD obviously is like on the downswing, and like teammates probably have like beef and all those kind of things, which like definitely matter. But I think when you're like replacing somebody like Green, who was like a spotty scorer, and of course like a good like ascending player, I still think that having like basically a sure bucket like KD is probably a net positive. I know there's like other pieces of the trade, the picks, Dylan Brooks, everything else, but bringing it down to just like a simple I guess like just like what's really going to be happening on the floor for the Rockets. Obviously now minus Dylan Brooks, but like when you're switching from like Jalen Green as your primary scorer to like Kevin Durant, like I still think in the year 2026, Kevin Durant is going to be um, the guy that you want leading your scoring. Obviously, it's better players and better scorers overall, but it's lagging a little bit. I want to see what Otani home run is in his pitching. This lag is bothering me. Definitely on my end, not definitely pick the odds. Yeah, market average is plus 168 for Otani home run, which is so funny. Against Soroka, he's pitching, DHing, of course. I just was curious. Didn't really expect there to be, any expected value here. To be fair, so I'm not really like shocked by what I'm looking at, but I just had to check. Let's see like Raleigh in Wrigley today with another wind game. Plus 139 market average for the big man. That is nuts. I want to look at some players too. Just actually, I like doing this. Of course, like you have like the EV functionality, which is like great for you set your filters, you keep adjusting them until you find what's right for you, what's actually making you money, you profit them, and you keep cashing. But of course, a lot of sports bettors, as much as we do our best to simply bet, like that's everyone's prerogative. You're like a full blown professional. You gamble, you make money, you move on. But if you want to just like have some fun here and there, take some bets to keep your accounts going just from your brain. If you're just doing that as like a more of a fun side hustle and get some cash in. I feel like when you get matchups and like those days where like like you kind of have like a gut feel on somebody, like, or you love the matchup and like it's probably priced into the like line anyway, but like if you actually like the matchup and you do your line shopping, you find the best odds on the market, like it could be worth it. Like Tiberius only hit one yesterday. Giolito's been food this year, but plus 375 at circa 317 market average. So FanDuel, unless if you want to dig from there, which generally I do, showing a good amount. Some more liquidity on Profit X, and that's 359. So Devers probably isn't in a good spot about that today. Go check out Tucker. Sorry about that. Touchscreen bugging out. Bringing up Baseball Savant. Old box scores from a while ago. I wanted to see. I want to see Tucker. Like, look at this whole game. Basically, they have plus 240. Market average of plus 220. That's not like really that crazy based on everything that's going on. Like, what's Corbin? Corbin Carroll. They're not even listing anything yet. But we know it's going to be low. Like Eugenio. Let's see what he would be. Eugenio Suarez. Bring it down to the game. Let's go back to EV. Let's see if we can lock more stuff in. I'm gonna go over actually my EV calcs here just so everybody can see, but first quarter money line there for the Thunder for Hard Rock bettors. Only 0.7% actually. Now that we have some live games, you can see how quickly things are going to start moving here. Yeah, minus 200, only 0.7%. I don't know if I'm even gonna. I mean, actually, I found a basketball prop. Like we just played that NBA play, Killer Cordoza. But I obviously love to have a good bet for this Thunder Pacers game. Of course, it's going to be like such a tight market with the efficiency, but I don't know. Might have to cook up a little SGP with something that is good for the account, but hopefully backed by at least a couple of plus EV legs. Keep these accounts healthy. Really showing value to this. It's the same price across these different books. So maybe that's like in motion as we speak. These numbers might be moving like, yeah, as you see by the screen moving. Jalen Williams under, that actually looks really good. There we go. Built like this, plus 110, absolutely. Total on the under here. This one, what's this market average? Minus, I'll see, it moves so quickly, I clicked the wrong thing. I'm gonna have to pause. Before we do that though, real quick run through. So this is how everything works with Pick the Odds. You have absolute total access into everything that you do. So this is my custom EV filter that I've made for general expected value. My weights, they have 100 plus sports books and you can choose your exact weights per book. And then you can break it down as granularly as it gets. So we're doing flat betting to win $50. You can set it to be Kelly, full, quarter, half, all up to you. You can set your DVIGs, you can set your maximum widths, how you want your EV page to be sorted. You can set the width of the weights you want, and then here you shove the sports books you want to see it. I'm in New York, so I don't have like a ton of outs, but everywhere that I do have something, of course, want to show value, and also some other like high like rec books or like bet online that most people, if you are gambling, like should have if you're trying to take it even remotely seriously. So just so that's more for you guys to be able to see that. But then within the EV filter they have by bet type. You can advanced filter and filter your weights for every single market. So you can come into here, you can advanced filter, and like this is already set based on what the kind of default was. And then you can go into each literal individual market, money line, markets, spread, total, player props, every single one. And you can set custom filters for those markets. So you see the exact weighing of the expected value you want based on each sports book, which is like really absolutely amazing to do. I have different formulas for game lines as well as player props. And that's what we really see the most of on the TV screen, because while of course it's a really great way to absolutely just make profit and bet on sports properly. When I see the markets I want, because the Tigers just got up 3-1. I wonder what happened there. Let's go investigate. Let's go investigate. Tigers Rays. What happened here? 2 runs scored in the top of the 7th. Rangers Pirates kicked off. Let's see. We have Jack Leiter going, Bailey Falter. Okay, Blue Jays did absolutely nothing, and the Braves got to a lead, but it looks like they're coming right back, the Marlins. Okay, Fish have a runner on second, 2-1 count. And this updates as quickly as more quick than like cable does. So if you're watching any games, it's like really the best place to be. Elder Alcantara, we'll check back in there. Is this game is in a timeout? Okay, no. we're good here. Oops. Odd screen filters also. Choose sportsbooks you want to see. How you set your average. I am using just literally like the average of the average, but you can set certain weights to that as well. And then controls, you can add certain things to your odd screen as well. I'm looking for the functionality here where I want to be looking at some of these box scores while we're going. Because I want to see the pitches, the entire sequence. So if you guys are just tuning in now, locked in already, Seattle Mariners -1.5 plus 130 on MGM. That was a plus EV bet that we saw. We also locked in Kayla Cardozo, WNBA, over 10.5 points at MGM. We got that as well using the live odd screen at, we get it at -110. We got it at even money, but it's sitting -110 right now. So that's it's a nice sign. Now that we have games that are live, we're going to definitely be finding more opportunities to find some live EV. So they're begging me to take this under here. I don't like it though, especially if I like the -1.5. Of course, in the game with fewer runs, it's hard to cover by 2, but that's when the total's as high as it is, that maybe doesn't matter as much, but still worth thinking about. Some tennis, 1.2%. And if you guys are interested, you can go to picktheodds.app and download this. You don't have to download it. It's their website, and you log in. You can create an account either for free or, of course, they have some paid plans. But for the free account, you have access to all of these features just with a little bit of limits. You can only see a max ROI percentage of 2%, so you wouldn't see any like 2.8 pluses. But even then, for entirely free, you can utilize a advanced filter, make some expected value bets and arbitrage bets for absolutely free, and then justify having that edge that you calculated, paying to maximize it. Eighth inning under 0.5. This is showing expected value. The penny. This is live, so this could be moving quickly. I'm pulling up the tab. Nah, it already moved on me. It's -150 now. Too much talking. Didn't get that in. Jalen Williams is getting some fade love by the market. This is the second Jalen Williams prop for my weight with Penny, Sport Trade, and FanDuel on the PRA market, showing value to the Jalen Williams under. Market average -137. It's 3.3%. That's probably worth it for B365 users. Absolutely. Team to score first. Dodgers -115. I mean, they are technically, they're the home team, so they bat second. That's definitely part of that. Market average -125. Jared Rivers account. That's probably good. I'm gonna see if it's there, just to confirm. Yep, it's there. I think that's actually probably a pretty good bet. Based on my, of course, EV, it's telling me based on my calc, it's a good bet. I think my, EV calculations ideally are good. I'm always looking to improve them. They could be off, but that's definitely something worth playing. If I wasn't absolutely cooked on Rivers as well, I would get that in as well. But need to find a better price on an exchange. World Cup. I don't know. I don't trust my my EV calculations on the World Cup. With that being said, I wouldn't be shocked if Bookmaker and Penny were the two sharper World Cup books. But a market average -128 maybe that just moved. That could have moved. I'm on pause right now, so we're not seeing odds move live here. just so we could like talk through some stuff. But Reds first 5 money line, 1% EV, market average -125. So Hard Rock users, that looks like a pretty good one. We were saying earlier, man, you got Miles Michaelis going. Andrew Abbott's been really good, and Michaelis really somehow has been good, but we know that he's like terrible and can get absolutely shoved at any point. So I don't know. It's just at this point, it's like the Reds, like just like every year, it's like, are we gonna pretend like they're still a good team? Because like they're just not a good team at all. White Sox, Blue Jays, still nothing going on there. Jalen Williams under still MID VIG. If you're a Hard Rock user, it looks like you have a lot of good things to bet today. I don't know if you want to be fading J-Dub here. There's a lot of, of course, a lot of time for this game. Let's take a look at the market like as a whole here for him. Let's see, points bet. Your penny. All right. Started one way, then got taken the entirely the other way. -130. Look at the under. -140. -132. -120. All right. Let's take a look at some of these games that are live and see if there's anything that's sticking out to us to get into. The Rays +268. They got a run around. They got one out. Best in price here. So where I could bet ESPN +300. Okay. Oh, the Braves got out of that with Elder. See if the box scores are back up. No, I'm not seeing them. Pick the Odds has like full-blown box scores are showing like wherever the exact like pitches, the miles per hour, the entire game logs. So just slow to show today, probably on my end. This game is already being a stinker, huh? Chicago can't do anything. Getting it out here. I mean, we can lose 1-0, or we can actually go out and win a baseball game. That'd be nice either way. There's any arbs here. Let's filter to like some books that I feel like are more widely available. I feel like I did this already, but we're still showing some. Like what is 1xBet? Today, 41%. Yeah, this is this 1xBet is not a US sports book, unfortunately. So none of these. Maybe I have something wrong here. Advanced filter. I think I'm going to take that off this. This is just me trying to learn this tool a little bit, because the fact that there was an advanced filter, and that was all showing. I made a mistake there. So definitely some ops here. 2%, 2%. Lindor's batter strikeouts, 1.9%. All of these are all free money. Arbitrage opportunities. I know I just cut out a little bit there. These are all free money arbitrage opportunities, and these are all under 2% under. So if you had free version of Pick the Odds and you had the same, sports books that I have, if you happen to have those same ones, you can lock in right here. You can set your wager amount. So say like you want to see what it's like for 1,000, see exactly how much you would make. You'd be able to see all of these and get to all of these. That button I just clicked there brings up both bet slips at both sports books like at the same time. So again, being shot at Rivers and not having a Hard Rock is annoying, but in states that you have both of those, that's amazing. States with no VIG and B3, I can't speak, B365 right here. That's an absolutely great opportunity for free cash. Yeah, all of these are good. All of these are good. Unfortunately, like a Novig, Ryan Gusto outs. You have a free 884 sitting there for you. That's only if you bet just this amount here. They have the liquidity. Yeah, they have the liquidity enough for this. And obviously, these are moving so quickly because of the fact that these opportunities don't last so long, and especially some of them are not they're actually live just yet, but there will be some live ones I'm sure popping up as soon as possible. We have it paused now. Go back to filters here because this is the kind of customization you get. Like it's the same, everything I picked the odds, like every single feature on the left side, the odd screen, the arbitrage, and the EV in the middles. You have entire control over, as you can see with these like advanced filters. I don't want to have advanced filters for FanDuel, but you can if you need them per market. You could set the same kind of filters. You have custom seconds. You want to see like bets that go away or stay after a certain amount of time frame that they're live, because of course, like if you're sitting there and an ARB shows that it's been up for a really long time, or like a positive expected value play, like there's a good probability that maybe isn't really that great of a bet, or it's just misinformation and it's like a stale line that's like not like bettable. So don't want to like kind of have your waste your time there. Set your information here, and boom, free arbitrage opportunities. Let's turn this play button back on. Nothing getting over 2%, which is maybe I messed up something in settings there because that's the max. Yeah, I said maximum to 2 instead of minimum to 2. On the free version, you get only a maximum of 2. But yeah, here we go. Here's where the live big boys are coming in. Okay. Josh Smith RBIs, Hard Rock. And DraftKings, you click that. You click this right here. It pulls up both of them for you. So if you have the free version now, you're not going to be able to see 7%ers, but that's you get in so quickly and maximize. So there we go. There we go. There we go. Ooh, Rangers got on the board. So many arbitrages here in the MLB. Bet no longer available because that one went by quickly. This bet no longer available as well. 9% in tennis. All right, it's moving so quick. Let's go back to let's go back to the odd screen and let's take a look at some of these games that are going on. I want to see what the Rangers are getting to falter big time. 2 runs in the top of the second, still 2 on. Let's see how they got there. They had let's see, play by play. Josh Jung single. No, we got Simeon walk, Adolis walk, Jonah Heim line out, Josh Smith single to get Simeon home, and then a Josh Jung single to get Garcia home. So that's how the Rays were getting there. And then boom, just like that, you see that the inning ended. So I'm assuming he grounded to a double play right there just to end that inning. So that's unfortunate. It looked like Rangers backers were gonna, build on a big inning there. The Rays getting a run around second, but they have 2 outs. Maybe Tampa can do something here, make it a 1-run game, or tie it. Get the tying run on, tying run up. Thunder, Pacers. I have to just look at this out of just pure curiosity. So we're talking 6:20 a couple days ago at entire open. Let's look at Circa. They're, you're going to see, because these rec books, they're going to be dropping lines like as quickly as possible, but they're going to be, have low limits on them. They don't get absolutely murdered. Then you have like a Circa who, comes late to the party, sets their price, takes their number. Pacers started at plus 270, like right when they opted to open on the 20th. And now it's sitting at like plus 230. So definitely some Pacers love. I'm curious to see how this one progresses in the market. I mean, at this point, I feel like it's almost just impossible to quantify like what is actually going to be good. Like, of course, the Thunder have a better basketball team, but Penny all the way down to -250, man. Wow, better basketball team, but I guess like, are they really though? If the Pacers are having their way to them, push them to the brink, force the game 7. Let's look at some totals. So these are some big alts that aren't priced. Where are we going to get to the spread? OKC, of course, at home. And plus 6.5 is what we're really looking at. So that kind of come down a pretty big amount since that first game when it was double digits. Of course, we know how that one went. We know how the next game went. You know how game game 5 went. Or game 5. Okay, so the Pacers plus 6.5. Started not hanging 6.5. No. That's going to be a really intense one. I'm excited. I'm actually going to tune in. Game 7, I mentioned this on stream with Jake the other day. Like, if it weren't, it's not a Game 7 for the NBA playoffs, I'm not watching. And they got me a Game 7, so looks like I have to tune in. See, can the Rays do anything here? 2-0 counts. We have all these different bet options to have. Spread. Tampa Bay -1 alt line. Down 3-1 in the bottom of the 7 with hey, a chance to get yourself into push territory there. Okay, we keep sweating this. Snooze fest so far. The White Sox can't do anything. Let's see if they're even getting any base runners. White Sox are 0 for the last 4 hitters at striking out to Chris Bassett, Kyle Teal, Luis Robert, Ryan Noda, and Sosa. All 4 of them strike out, make it 5 Ks in a row. That is the 5th strikeout in a row for Chris Bassett. He just struck out Michael Taylor. Now the Blue Jays come to bat. The Tigers cannot do anything. Excuse me, the Rays can't do anything. So Tigers backers gotta get 6 more outs there. Hopefully get some insurance runs. Anything in Miami. They tied that up 1-1. Who did the deed? Let's see. It was Kyle Stowers home run. 1-1 tie game there. Let's go back to some EV, see if we can find some more plays. This is still sitting here. This been here for so long that I probably wouldn't touch it if you didn't. I mean, that's supposed to start in 10 minutes, the first pitch, but it's interesting. I'm going to pause this and try to get as many as we can. And Nico, points bet. Spencer Steer at points bet. A lot of unders at points bet. Very rec book. Real Madrid here too. Again, don't really know much about World Cup lines as the sharpest, but if I have to guess, it would be probably those 2. This Jilla Williams is still here. This is still here. Perdomo under. I mean, obviously scary in Coors Field in a game against Antonio Senzatella, who gets absolutely rocked. $2.2, 6.1%. Nerfy. We got a 6.1% Nerfy. Is that what I'm seeing? Plus 102. Excuse me, plus 125, plus 102 market average. Plus 106 at Penny. B365, I don't have it in online, but I'm looking at their interface now. Just to click the link that bring me directly to that. Ugly interface. Total in the first inning. This is first 5 innings. Yeah, I don't even know how to like navigate to that here. Have the Nerfy. First inning total hits. Yeah, first inning runs under 0.5, minus 125. I'm seeing it over still there at B365. You have that. According to my EV calcs, that's a 6.1% edge. So definitely something worth playing. Sweating a Nerfy in Oakland, which we know is a it's Sacramento now, as we know, but is a good hitter's park. That's a big one. I'll be sweating that and excited for that. 405. When I say 405, that's a big sweat right there. Hopefully, the EV gods and the calcs come through and that one hits and it's fun. It's gonna be good to sweat. Some base runners for the Jays. I got one on. I'll have to see that. It's gonna be roll 2 and move on. Get a ground ball, Hauser. Get a ground ball. Yankees. They are making a bid in this one. Trying to pull this up. There we go. First and third. One out, bottom 8. Yankees trying to. I mean, the way that the year is going for the O's, even the Yankees, of course, are colder right this second. This is definitely a spot for the O's to blow a lead where they should be taking one in the Bronx. Stealing the series. The Yankees are definitely going to steal this one back. Who's batting? Jazz Chisholm Jr. Maybe somebody at the bump here because this has been OO for a good amount of time now. There's probably just like a mound visit. It doesn't show that it's this red means that it's in play. So maybe there's something going on. I don't know. All right, we got it now here. Do we pick him off or caught stealing? Either or. I'm down for. Looks like we got it now. There was somebody on first. Absolutely. Braves are on it. Oh, Twins started. There we go. Brewers Twins haven't checked in here. Top 1. 1 strike away from getting halfway through a Nerfy here, if anybody's sweating that. Two bags there. Nerfy sweat commence. Strike out there. Boom. That K animation. You guys who saw that was slick. Let's go. We get out of that inning and the White Sox top 4. Let's go. Let's produce some runs against Bassett. I'm gonna take one more run down the EV board here, then I gotta call it. Sorry for the short stream today. Just have to call it. Jake and I did a really long stream on Thursday, which was so much fun using Pick the Odds. We have a lot of stuff in. So just to remind everybody what we've locked in together as a stream that, hopefully we're sweating after. We have the White Sox plus 1.5 live. We have the Mariners minus 1.5 plus 130. Yep, the Yankees, they did it. Nerfy in Athletics and Guardians plus 125, 365. And Kayla Cardoza, 11 plus points. Even money, bet MGM. So we got a lot of good plays in from Pick the Odds today that I think obviously are showing good EV from the EV calcs I have set up, as well as from the ball knowledge. So, of course, there's some bias there, but, when ball knowledge and EV calcs are collabing, then hopefully we have a hell of a day. They took him off the board. That said 4-2, right? No. I thought it did. Maybe the play-by-play tells me. Chisholm doubled, Goldschmidt scored, and Rice scored. Never mind, it was 2-1, so yeah, they scored 2. Run on third still. I needed those fantasy points, so I had a Jazz, so I'm definitely happy about that. Tigers Rays. This is a final stand for the Rays. I low-key want to bet the Rays money line. Not loving that the best I can get is 6-1, and the market average is 5.7-1. I mean, I'm not like shocked that there's nothing great in this situation, but like, I don't know, maybe even if they get one out, I get in. Of course, to get somebody on, it could change, but now that we're like pretty good over market average here with FanDuel at 560, I mean, this chart, it's been like basically, this is like when the game started. The Tigers, the Tigers got to a 1-0 start, so they got so low, and then now they just, close-ish game, and then boop, 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 boop. So once the that seal was broken in terms of the run scoring, and then the 2 runs that they scored, after that it was OVO. Pirates are roaring back against Leiter. I mean, never mind, spoke too soon. Actually, no, the Rangers. What inning is that there? They just got out of it, yeah. So they had a chance, but could not convert. They could not get it done. All right, fam. I'm gonna call it. I'll see you guys on Wednesday with a stream to break down that slate on Wednesday. It's gonna be great. Make sure you guys are using Pick the Odds for free. Pick the Odds app, or of course sign up for a premium membership. It's absolutely amazing. You see the value we got. We have like 6 bets in that we're gonna be sweating today from the EV tool. And then of course, the proper way to do it is to set your weights and fly through and bet everything at the expected value that you're seeing, that you have available to you, especially some of the live stuff, and then recoup all the free money with the arbitrage. But thank you to Pick the Odds for allowing us to use the amazing tool and find 10.3% ARBs at Bet Rivers and Hard Rock. If you guys want to get in, please do. Make sure with your accounts you guys are also betting some money line parlays and some big favorites and stuff to try to keep those accounts as clean as possible. But thank you guys. Shout out to Pick the Odds, betsmart.co for anything sports betting tool related. And I'll see you guys next